Now let's see if we can find out more with what's going on with this senator.
But anyway, yeah, this is the one that I saw. So everybody thinks that Russia killed this guy. Everybody thinks Lindsey Graham. So Lindsey Graham, people might have gotten him confused with Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is the turtle. Lindsey Graham is the warmonger.
Both of them are dead or dying.
They are both almost crashed out. Mitch McConnell is basically dead, while Lindsey Graham is dead. Lindsey Graham is 13 years younger than Mitch McConnell. He's only 71 years old. So that means that this guy, I mean, and 71, for a person in a very, very public-facing role who is extremely wealthy, who has access to the best medical care in the world, 71 is not old.
No, it's not old.
I'm sorry to say, it is not old if you have all of these advantages going for you, right? I mean, this guy is a career congressman. That's not old. Yeah, this isn't old enough to where it's like, oh, it makes sense that he just randomly died. Like, I mean, obviously things happen, right? I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that Russia killed him. I have no idea. I haven't read
the timing that it happened right after he was in Ukraine.
Anything about this. I'm looking at it right now for the first time. But at the same time, I do think that, like, you can't just say that, oh, this is natural causes, for sure. And anyway, so yesterday, U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham visited Ukraine to assure Zelensky support for the of the United States. The warmonger was shown a, quote, secret drone manufacturing facility in Kiev. Well, this facility no longer exists after strikes by the Russian MOD. What is this here? Without warning, 6 missiles struck the manufacturing facilities in the Kiev region. The Rumod confirmed strikes on the drone sites, which started a huge fire. None of Russia's ballistic missiles were shot down. Lindsey Graham is no longer in Ukraine. So apparently not secret enough.
By the way, Ukraine doesn't have any air defense anymore. Their command center was struck on July 2nd, and since then, they haven't shot down anything.
Get your tinfoil hat ready. Graham inspected a drone factory in Ukraine. Russia blew up that factory today. Then tonight, it's announced that Graham is dead from a sudden illness and no more details. I'd say there's a decent chance that Russia blew up Lindsey Graham. I mean, like, people think that Russia actually blew this guy up. Oh, man, that's a lot, right? I mean, like, I doubt it. Yeah, was his body found in the wreckage? I mean, that's a really tough cover-up. I'll tell you that.
I will say that of all the places to kill Senator Graham, if they did it while he was at a drone factory where the drones are used to kill Russians, it's his fault for being there. It's a legitimate target for Russia to go after this factory.
Like, I mean, think about, for example, how many points of failure you would have with, like, Jeffrey Epstein. People, and I'm not even certain that he didn't kill himself, right? I think it's possible that he did. Like, my opinion on that whole thing, I said before, is that I think he did kill himself, but people told him that he basically had to. Like, that's kind of what I think happened, or they let him do it. That's kind of what my guess is. So I don't want to derail here, but what my point is that think about how many points of failure the communication around Jeffrey Epstein's death was and had. So if we're going to see the same thing with Lindsey Graham, I think it's going to manifest very quickly. And it won't happen. They have a closed casket. Yeah, but probably I guess, like, no, I mean, Lindsey Graham doesn't have any kids or a wife, so I don't know, maybe his sister is, like, the one that's going to inherit his money, so I guess maybe that would be her that would have to verify that it's him. Yeah, it's his sister. I just like Graham a lot, but if Russia blew him up, I say we retaliate unapologetically to send a message that we don't let this shit slide. I don't think that Russia blew the guy up. I just don't think that's what happened. I just don't. Like, I mean, I think it's much more...
It's possible. There might be other explanations.
Or likely. And also, like, the thing is that, I mean, yeah, obviously we should retaliate and everything, but I don't even think that in that circumstance Russia was trying to kill him, right? Like, they were just bombing an area. Like, I mean, they're at war with Ukraine, by the way. It is a drone facility. I mean, there you go. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing to have happen. I'm not trying to excuse it, but, like, it's not like this is totally fucking unprecedented and it was targeted on him. I have no idea. So, yeah, wrong place at the wrong time. So, anyway, he died in D.C.
Yeah, a drone factory is a legitimate target for the Russian military. So if you're a U.S. senator, you're at that drone factory, that's one time where Russia can kill you, and it's not a diplomatic incident because you shouldn't have been there.
Well, people are just going to make up whatever they want and just say that, like, I mean, it's the same as they said that Jeffrey Epstein had a body double. Like, I mean, like, you're trying to approach this situation with facts. Why even do that? It's logic, right? And it's a conspiracy, I mean. So anyway, here's why it's possible. Russia's furious that we continue to fund and arm Ukraine. I don't think that's true. Graham is not just the most psychotic booster of Ukraine, but he's also the biggest booster of arming Ukraine a decade ago, which really forced Russia to invade. I don't even agree. Like, I mean, I think that there's a lot of politicians that are like extremely pro-Ukraine. Like,
no, Graham is on a level of his own.
Lindsey Graham is probably one of the ones that people know about because he goes on TV a lot, but a lot of other people have been involved with that. So I don't really think that's true. The fool cares not.
He's the most vocal and the most visible.
For your facts. I like that. So Graham was the loudest voice supporting strikes inside of Russia. I assure you, Putin didn't forget that. Russia has signaled that they intend to escalate because U.S. and NATO will not back off. This could be a warning shot to the political class that while Russia doesn't want World War III, they will extract a cost on the politicians themselves that are pushing for this endless war. I really just don't think this is what's happening. And the reason why is that Moscow got bombed.
Okay. Oh, there's going to be some bad logic, isn't it?
So if Moscow was able to get bombed so easily by Ukraine, it seems really...
It's not Ukraine, Asmongold. It's Europe. Europe is making these drones. It's all of you. Ukraine can't do jack shit on its own.
Obvious that Russia is really not in the position that I think a lot of people imagine it to be. They're on the back foot. Yeah,
he's never looked at a map of the Ukraine war. It's endless Russian advances on the battlefield. Just this is now. Let's go back 1 month. Small but very visible. Russia is advancing.
I think Russia is a lot more on the back foot than people realize. I do. I think...
So, you know the propaganda about Ukraine winning. Like, we just watched a video yesterday about Russia taking out the command center for Ukraine's air defenses, and they haven't shot anything down since July 2nd. Yet, he honestly thinks Ukraine's winning. Because he is, if it's not something on the woke topic, like immigration or something to do with wokeness or gaming, he has no faith in gaming journalists. If you tell him gaming journalists lie, then he'll believe it. But regular journalists, he still believes all their lies and bullshit.
Russia is extremely on the back foot. I think Ukraine is on the back foot too, but the difference is that Russia doesn't have anybody backing them up, and Ukraine has a lot of people.
Russia has China
backing it up. So, cover up, sus? Yes, of course, right? And plausible deniability. Okay, let me go back and I'm going to look at these other ones. And perhaps he got to fight in one of those wars he loved so much. Oh, this is some other thing. Okay, I was confused about that. They're leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. Stay safe, Ladybug. Okay, guys, y'all aren't ready for this conversation. It's Israel that killed him too. Did the Ukrainians brief Tim Pool's security about it? Tim Pool, rapid onset AIDS. Maybe I'm just slow, but why wouldn't they just tell us if Russia did it? I don't think Trump wants to smoke with Putin, so why would it change? That's exactly why Trump don't.
It would blow a big hole in the narrative that Ukraine is winning. It might wake up someone like Asmongold.
Want that smoke? We can't acknowledge a Russian blew up a sitting senator because it would almost have to go to war, so they just lie to say we had a stroke or something. I don't think that's what happened. I really just don't.
No. Even if Russia blew up a sitting senator, that sitting senator visited a drone factory, and that drone factory gets destroyed with him there. He shouldn't have been there. He visited a legitimate military target for Russia and got himself killed. We wouldn't go to war for that.
So anyway, hello, Mr. Satan. Okay, guys. So let me go. I'm going to watch this clip. This is Lindsey Graham 1 day ago. Literally 1 day ago. He was talking like this. Here we go.
We've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when
Maybe not anymore. You're not around to push it.
Get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package.
Oh, so sad you won't be able to push that now.
Give tools to President Trump to help end this war.
Yeah.
There's some things we can do on the technology front to build on the lethality of Ukraine to protect itself from ballistic missile attack. If we did that, combined with creating tools to punish those countries that prop up Putin, that make money off this war, then I think we've got the best chance since I've been coming here in the last 5 years to get Putin to the peace table.
We'll see if that
I'm
happens.
so sad this man died. Really am. No sarcasm in my voice right now.
Right? And he's sharp. Yeah. I mean, like, people said he had high blood pressure. If I look at his skin, like, his skin does look quite red.
He doesn't look any different than he looks normally.
And, like, I remember this is the way my mom's skin would look sometimes, too. And she had high blood pressure also. So, I mean, again, like, this is, you know, like, oh, I have an anecdotal piece of information. So, like, I have no idea. Well, he's a retard. Now he's dead. Yeah, he's dead now. So it could have been a heart attack. I mean, there are instances like 71 is not young, right? His eyes don't look good. Yeah, but most people who are 71 that are like that too, right? I mean, that's really about it. And looks puffy and purplish. He was an alcoholic as well. Is that really true? I didn't even know that. Don't forget his job is high stress. Yeah, I guess so. And before the funeral was an open casket because he was poisoned by the Ruskies. I mean, I don't think that's it either. What is this?
So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal.
Oh, this is the same clip. It's just a different angle. Okay, and yeah, this is it. Let me scroll down. I'll look at this. It's actually crazy. Somebody else said the N-word. It is like we're gonna look at this later on, but not yet. And look it up. He has a history of heavy drinking in New York City or DC. You mean? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. But anyway, let me scroll down and find some of these other ones too, because it's been pretty surprising to see.
Six Fuentes jump scare.
And I'll look at some more of the information about it too. Yeah, here it is. So, passed away on July 11th from brief illness, going into cardiac arrest at 9 p.m. and arriving at George Washington University Hospital too late. So he died apparently in America. So it's not like they bombed him. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, like, the thing is, like, if you're a conspiracy person, you're just going to say it was a body double, right? I mean, you're going to just invent a,
No, you're just going to point out, like Larry Johnson did, that the timetable doesn't add up at all.
Infinite corridor of rationalizations. It's the same way that anybody else would. But yeah, straight from Ukraine. Yeah, exactly. I think that realistically, what probably happened is that he could have gotten poisoned. Like, I mean, that's probably the most likely outcome of any of the other stuff, right? Now, there is another component. I remember reading one person that said this, is that the flight from Ukraine to, I guess, America, it's like, what, 15 hours, right? Like, let me look this up.
And the train ride.
Yeah, it's DVT.
There are no direct flights between
that's
Ukraine
like, what
and
is the term? Yeah, because obviously you guys see where I'm going with, like, I'm talking about how long something is, right? Like, we can clearly see where things are going. So is 12 hours, right? So DVT is deep vein.
Let me just see.
Things are going.
Does the AI mention that there are no flights right now from Ukraine to US? No, it doesn't.
So is 12 hours, right? So DVT is deep vein thrombosis. This is one of the silent killers of a lot of people that have sedentary jobs. And it's one of the reasons why I feel like I'm lucky that, like I go out, like I exercise a lot. One time I convinced myself that I had it because I had a pain in my leg. And I actually went to the emergency room, like, or an emergency clinic, and they did like a fucking ultrasound on me. I was like so freaked out about it, right? And you exercise? Well, I mean, like, avoiding DVT isn't hard to do. It's just make sure that you move around, period. And so, like, coronary embolism could happen from DVT clot the next day. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, that's why I'm always, like, you guys might not see it, I always move around a lot. And it's just something about it. Whenever I learned that that could happen to you, like, it did make me, like, very, like, physically uncomfortable. I was like, oh my God, okay, I have to make sure that I'm moving around, I'm exercising more. And, like, now, like, I exercise and I move around probably, like, I walk probably 2 miles a day, if not more. I do, like, almost every single day I do. And I, go up and down stairs every day. It's not a big deal, right? But it's at least something. And so, that's it. Armor military helps too. Yeah. And anyway, I think anybody needs to do that. So this can happen if you're sitting down a lot and you have other issues, right? So, like, he also has high blood pressure. He also has these other, like, secondary things. So that's what it could be. So if you showed me this tweet a year ago, what is this?
Okay. We're going to take a quick break from this to get some real information from Alex Jones.
Or not, he could have gotten out of the country. But if he was already in trouble for using diplomatic flights, I bet he didn't. I bet Hannity told the truth. They were best buddies. 12-hour, 10 to 12 hour, he said 12, train out of there to get out and fly out, then 7 hours back. And reportedly he was there doing interviews at noon. I think the Russians killed him, if that's right. This is a big deal. Sorry, let's go back.
Was in Kiev on Saturday. Unless he used diplomatic flight, it would have taken 10 to 12-hour train ride out of Ukraine, followed by a 10 to 15-hour flight back to DC. The obvious question is, Could he have gotten home in time to die of a sudden catastrophic heart failure? Unless he took a diplomatic fight? Nope, it was not possible.
Lindsey Graham and Charlie Kirk fighting in hell over being Reagan's bottom.
Fighting over that tire.
This is another one, right? And so this is another person that, like, you can never show these people any degree of sympathy or anything other than treating them as if these are people who want you to die.
Thanks for the follow, Suka.
These are people who want to kill you. They want you to die, and then when you die, they're going to laugh about it,
nice to have you here,
about it, and then support the people that killed you. Treat them as if they are this type of person. They need to be treated as the threat that they are. And until you actually treat these people like the threat that they are, well then, I think you're going to keep having these problems. So that's it. We know it. Yeah, like Trump does. Yeah, and I like...
Personally, I prefer people stood trial and face justice through a legal system rather than deaths that are, I don't know, not natural causes.
I like the fact that Trump does that. I do, because he matches their energy. I wish there were more Republicans that weren't pussies and they supported him and they did the same thing. I like the fact that Trump is so savage and he never gives these people any amount of emotional clarity at all. I like that he treats them like the...
Yeah, the problem is Trump watches 3 hours of Fox News a day and is grossly uninformed about important topics like being surprised that Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz and that their government didn't collapse. Yeah, it's so when you have someone who is reckless and uninformed, that's a bad combination. Reckless and informed, I can live with that. But reckless and uninformed is a bad combo.
Violent, vicious, disgusting animals they are. That's the way I see it. I wish that everybody was like him. And that's it. Trump's all talk. Yeah, the problem that I have with Trump is that Trump doesn't treat them that way. He just talks about them that way. I wish he would treat them that way. That would be a lot better.
I don't know if France 24 or Dutch Wells are that much better. I'm pretty sure those two are covering up migrant crimes in Europe, and that they're also pushing war with Russia, etc. All the globalist agenda.
Open chat from Hunter. Well, I don't know about that. And so what is this here? When I heard about Senator Graham Stanley, that's the first thing I thought. Things he said and did in service to Donald Trump. I thought about the time Donald Trump. He was a brother of Senator John McCain. A time when senators were different. If I about politics, yeah. That's the Senator Graham we'll remember today. I've forgotten where he came from. What is this here? Conservative Republican, South Carolina. Could say my father. If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, you've got a problem. He's the nicest person ever you met in politics. Man, as good as God ever created. Yeah, I don't think Joe Biden was like an evil person, right? He was just kind of like things I disagreed with. I think that's true. And, oh, man.
Yeah, France 24 is quite leftist. Yep. So, they're the CNN of France.
Turn his man's entire death into a political topic. I mean, I think it is a political topic. I mean, he's a politician, right? And so anyway, what is this here? Lindsey Graham, what is this?
No, how is he doing? Have you heard anything?
I'm going to go check right now with my office and hoping and praying he's doing well, but I'm going to check just right now.
Is there a contingency plan if for some reason...
I am not.
So, and then this is another person. I'll say Lindsey Graham being asked by a reporter how Mitch McConnell is doing and answering, I don't know, I'm going to check right now, and then dying is hilarious.
McConnell, I think they're keeping him alive as a vegetable because they don't want Massey to run for his seat. And so that's why they're keeping him alive.
Curious? This is why... I don't know how many Charlie Kirks, Lindsey Grahams, Mitch McConnells you guys are going to need until you're willing to treat these people like what they are. I don't know how many times it's going to take. But if I hear one more person saying that, oh, well, we have to have decency, you can't do that, well, it's going to upset them, I am going to lose my mind.
I never heard me say that.
They're so annoying. Anyway, expecting Mitch McConnell but not Lindsey Graham is like ordering a chocolate chip cookie but getting a snickerdoodle. I'm confused but not upset. Again, all of these people, by the way, every single one of them, bro, every single one of them, you got to treat them like what they are. That's the way it is. Do not try to give value to those who weaponize your values and morals? I know. So, yeah, I wish more people would see things that way, but I think that they're blinded by their own, misguided, I think that, improperly socialized sympathy and empathy. But I don't have that problem. I don't have it. I might have a moral compass, but it doesn't point north. What can I say? So, yeah, I couldn't give a fuck. Anyway, Fetterman W statement. Yeah, I mean, again, I think John Fetterman is one of the only, upstanding guys. I would say, the people that I would say are, really solid, even though I don't, in a lot of cases, I don't necessarily agree with people that are always ideologically driven, but I can respect them in some ways. I like John Fetterman.
Well, anyone who is getting most of their worldview from the mainstream media is going to be a useful idiot and, support Ukraine, for example. Whereas, Ukraine is not the good guys. To give you an example, Zelensky is recently honoring Ukrainian war criminals during World War II that murdered over 100,000 Polish. Yeah, and he's honoring the people that did that slaughtering, naming units in the Ukrainian army after them. That's the type of government Ukraine has.
Thomas Massey. Those are probably the first two just come off right off the top of my head.
Azov, yes. There's a huge row right now between Poland and Ukraine. Oh yeah, I'll just read the summary. Recent diplomatic strain and historical grievance. Going into actual news title: Polish pledges memorial to victims of World War II genocide by Ukrainian nationalists. And it's those Ukrainian nationalists that are being honored by Ukraine. And Poland's pretty damn pissed about this. Zelensky's honoring of wartime nationalists is straining Ukrainians' alliance with Poland.
That usually diverge from what you would assume that I believe. Tulsi Gabbard, yeah, of course I like her. I like the Pope. Yeah, I do. I like Pope Leo. I don't agree with his positions on immigration. I think that he's wrong, but I think that he's a net positive, if that makes sense. So I like Bernie. Yeah, I like Bernie too. Yeah, sure. And LeBron James. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of basketball. You like Rand Paul? I do like Rand Paul. That's true. So yeah, I mean, there's some instances of that. But I do still think that if we had had the Black Pope Robert Sarah, that would have been fucking.
It might be weird to you, but Ukraine, Poland massacre, World War II. Yeah, Poland commemorates World War II massacres by Ukrainians and attention to World War II. Poland's have had a rough history, in which Ukrainian nationalists slaughtered around 100,000 Poles during World War II. It's in the part of Poland that Ukrainians think should be part of Ukraine, and so they did what Netanyahu was trying to do to Gaza, to that area of Poland.
King crazy. That would have been the opening of a fucking of a Warhammer 40K video game trailer. Would have been nuts.
I'm playing Warhammer 40K video game this stream later.
So Black Pope, guy was he was a real one, the 11th Crusade, exactly. But there'll be another one at some point, right? And what is this here with Israel? What is this?
Forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. They're the best ally we could hope for. So we have a commander-in-chief in President Trump, who I think is Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
plus,
I mean, what is this?
Plus.
Ronald Reagan plus. Uh-oh, isn't that bad? Didn't Ronald Reagan give amnesty to a bunch of fucking illegals? We got to undo that. Lindsey Graham in Congress for 31 years. His net rank was ranked 293 after 535 members of Congress. So, by the way, if you're making $171,000 a year, so if that's your net worth and you've been in Congress for 10 years and your net worth is only $1.5 to $2 million, you are not good at investing your money. Like, I will be honest. Like, I don't know what he was doing with his money. Was he paying for just like endless hookers? Like, I mean, if that's the case, then I get it, right? It's
That is surprisingly little, if that's true.
understandable, right? I mean, living life to the fullest. But like, yeah, I mean, maybe he had Uber Eats a lot, right? That's it. And it's not true. It's what is this here? And it's tax. He has to live on it as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think that's a lot of money, right? And pay for 2 houses. Maybe you're right. Should have followed Nancy Pelosi, I guess. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of ways you could spend more money, but who the fuck knows? So the news is so good, I had to read it twice.
Lindsey Graham, Senator.
This is yeah, of course, right? And anyway, I'll scroll down, look at the rest of these, but the Save America Act in honor of Lindsey Graham immediately. It's not going to happen. I'll watch one more.
We say you should have a photo ID before you vote to make sure we have voter integrity.
Yeah.
We say over here you have to be a citizen before you vote. We say over here biological males should not be playing girls' sports. We say over here
On some issues, I agreed with the man.
that a minor should not be allowed to transition their sex. If you can't smoke as a minor, that makes sense to me. So to the medical community, you should not be performing sex changes on minors. They should wait till they're old enough to make that decision. That's what we say. All of y'all going to oppose it. If you don't want a photo ID, you're probably into cheating. There's no other reason to say you don't have to have an ID. It just makes cheating easier. Who wants a non-citizen voting in our election? If you're against that, that makes me wonder. And biological males playing girls' sports, not good for anybody. And a minor should not be allowed to transition their sex.
Yeah.
That's the biggest change you can make.
Huge loss to the DC gay scene.
Shouldn't be allowed to do that as a minor. This is what we say. What do you say?
It's very weird that I think leftists always weaponize homosexuality as like it's like a big gotcha with the Republicans. I don't think most conservatives or Republicans care about a gay dude. I don't really like. I don't think anybody gives a shit. Like
That if someone's gay, that has no effect on whether I vote for them or not. It's what they say and their track record that matters to me.
that's like that's like last patch, bro. Like yeah, we do. Like some people care. I mean, I guess maybe some people care. I certainly don't. Like I always thought it was like kind of odd. Yeah, like this is like only traditionalist. Yeah, exactly. You're lying, bro. They hate gays. I don't really think they hate gays. I mean, if they hated gays, then why did Grindr call the RNC the Super Bowl of the app? Right? I mean, like I feel like, guys, I feel like there's a lot of gay dudes out there. And also, by the way, there could be another meta level for this, right? Is because gay dudes don't have to pretend to have libtard politics to attract art hoes. Because all they need to do is find another gay dude that thinks the same fucking shit that they do. So when you think about it, right? No, think about it. Think. And so really, I think it makes sense. There's a lot of
What is this conversation?
There are. I mean, I have no idea. No one hates gays. It's the trans the problem. Yeah, I don't think people hate gays at all. Like, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that do. This is the last one with Trump talking about it.
What makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime in, the early evening, maybe in the 7s, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act.
Yeah, the fact that Trump decided to do this Iran war instead of actually getting the SAVE Act passed. It'll cost him midterms.
I think my audio thing crashed. I'm not really sure. Let me go back and double check. Why'd it go away?
Said he just landed from
There it is.
Ukraine. I said, that's a long trip to make. He said, he sounded a little tired, but perfect, but a little bit tired. I had a right to be.
Yeah.
And he was a worker.
So if you believe in the conspiracy that Graham was killed in Ukraine, then Trump is lying and is completely on board with it. So do you believe that? I don't know yet. Too much is unclear.
A worker, but he sounded great actually. But he actually said he was tired, but he wanted to pass.
Chat's full of body guys.
And I said, well, we're going to get it done, Lindsey. We're going to get it done. I'll see you soon. We thought maybe we might even meet today. And then that was it. And that was very around the time. It couldn't have been much longer. It could have been as late.
That's why I want to let Republicans wait their voters.
I got a message about 1 o'clock in the morning.
He was probably sitting very still on the plane trip. Yeah, true.
I'm still wondering how did he get back? He had a direct flight back. The timetable could work, but how the hell did he get something like that?
That's the way. I said, I just can't believe it. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually. It's amazing.
Mr. President.
He was such an advocate. He was, if he wanted to get something, And you know, he had a unique ability. He was able to deal with Democrats and Republicans. If I had a problem, a real problem, I wouldn't often ask. But if I had a problem with a Democrat, he could work it out.
So, yeah, I mean, they got to pass the bill. I mean, sure, right? I mean, like, obviously they got to do that. I mean, yeah, I think they should have, I think we should have voter ID. I think also, like, for anybody that says, like, I think we should make getting an ID free. And I think in a lot of places it already is free. So it's like, if you want to get an ID for free, I think it's fine. But like, I think you should need an ID. Like, I'd rather spend extra money to pay for everybody getting free IDs. It's probably not that much money realistically. And then, you know, like, you basically require like ID to vote. I mean, sure, right? Present your documents, free ID. Yeah, sure, exactly. And it's worth every dime. It is. It's the easiest decision you could possibly make. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the clear common sense middle ground, right? Lindsey Graham and a complicated relationship. I don't know. This is a guy from Ukraine. I'm not really sure about that. And, all right.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing
Much younger here.
to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you
Yeah, those Kavanaugh hearings were a travesty.
a gang rapist?
No.
Oh,
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it, because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this,
The fact that he didn't have a huge amount of wealth at the time of his death, the fact that on a lot of topics what he says makes sense. I think he's just an ideologue on Israel and United States and war. He might be a genuine neocon, not corrupt, just deluded.
you're looking for a fair process, you came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend.
what's the video about?
You can-
So there was a Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh.
Exactly, and there was Democrats had hearings, and there's a woman who alleged he raped her years ago, and they just dragged him through the mud, suggesting he was a horrible rapist, etc.
And he was accused of sexual misconduct, and it was a concerted effort to try to delegitimize his nomination into the Supreme Court. And Lindsey Graham is defending him from those accusations. This was like maybe like a little bit less than
The accusations were nonsense. That I think the woman eventually retracted them.
10 years ago.
Consider this a job interview.
Yeah, blatantly false allegations.
The advice and consent role is like a job.
You consider that you've been through a job interview.
I've been through a process of advice and consent under the Constitution. Which
Would you say you've been through hell?
I've been through hell and then some.
This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
hell.
This
This is going to destroy the ability of good people to come forward because of this crap. Your high school yearbook. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over
What?
with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby
That's what the Democrats were saying.
when you're a junior and senior.
They're saying he's a gang rapist on a large scale like Bill Cosby was. That's what they're trying to say.
That's what Democrats were implying.
That's the, yeah.
in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it.
Damn.
It's been my understanding
He's saying that, oh yeah, right. So you were this huge rapist in high school, but then after that you just stopped after you accumulated
He
all
got
this wealth
better.
and power. Uh-huh, right.
that if you drug women and rape them for 2 years in high school, you probably don't stop. Here's my
Agreed.
understanding. If you lived a good life, people would recognize it, like the American
Yep.
Bar Association has the gold standard. His integrity is absolutely unquestioned. He is
Ma'am,
the very
the
circumspect
Kavanaugh sham pushed
in
me to
his
the right.
personal conduct,
Yeah.
harbors no biases or prejudices. He's entirely ethical, is a really decent person. He is warm, friendly, unassuming. He's the nicest person. The ABA.
Uh-huh.
One thing I can tell you, you should be proud of. Ashley, you should be proud of this. That you raised a daughter who had the good character to pray for Dr. Ford. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. You want this seat? I hope you never get it. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be.
And he went on the Supreme Court. He won.
The American people will
He did go on
this
the Supreme
charade.
Court. American people
And
did
I wish
see.
you well.
Most of the American people saw through a charade. Leftists never do.
And I intend to vote for you, and I hope everybody who's fair-minded will.
I think that we really lost a real one.
Yeah, on a lot of issues, he was on the right side, and he wasn't corrupt. All the other people in Congress have got filthy wealthy. They spend their money, and they still got filthy wealthy. So if his net worth was only $1.52 million, time of his death, he was not financially corrupt. And on a lot of issues, he was obviously the right side of history. It's just so sad that on some very, very important issues regarding war, he is not on the right side and has led to a lot of death. Anyway, this will be on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Come watch on Kiko Twitch, and I'll see you next video. Bye.